so today is the day that we're going to, I've got enough of the stuff in from Amazon now to get the vast majority of this working. One of the two things that haven't arrived yet, and one of them is supposed to be here today, which is I got a replacement battery for the little 30 amp one, 30 amp hour 12 volt one that's in there, just because I wasn't entirely sure at the time when this all burnt up that that battery wasn't ruined. It tested off the charts low, so I just decided to get one in the works just in case it needed to be replaced in the end. And then the other thing that hasn't made it yet, and I originally got this because I didn't know that I was going to have enough of the 50 amp cable to re-hook this up again. It turns out I did, so that wasn't a problem. But the way that I was going to solve this was by putting a 50 amp transfer switch into the trailer, so that that would now utilize the shore power back into the system again. And then it can automatically flip back and forth depending on what's going on. Priority to the shore power. If no shore power is present, then priority to the inverter system and stuff. So that isn't here, but that also doesn't prevent me from getting this working again, because like I said, I did turn out that I had enough of the 50 amp cable. So now, on a side note, YouTube is not, I mean, I make videos for work every so often at the Dodge dealership here in Cranbrook. So I have made certainly plenty of videos in the past about that. And actually that leads me to, I guess, to statement number one, which is that I have started putting some of that stuff on this channel that Stacy and I created that was supposed to be for kind of like our own stuff. I don't have to do that. I don't know. It doesn't, it's, I guess, I don't know. What do you think? Is it annoying that that stuff is on there too? Doesn't matter to me. I have to continue to make them either way, but for the last little while anyways, I've just been putting them here. And then back to sort of my original train of thought, which was YouTube has got all these like analytics and stuff sort of built into the background there that I don't really understand a whole heck of a lot of. But what it does seem is that when I watch other people's videos, that whole like and subscribe thing shows up in the bottom, and it's supposed to encourage you to well, like and subscribe to the video. And they always seem to do this within the first like 2 to 3 minutes of a video. And it seems to me that that's because what it appears like anyways is that often someone who's watching your video only watches the first 2 or 3 minutes of it anyways. And so it's supposed to, I guess, get the point across while they're still there. My assumption of that is that, you know, if you're leaving the video at that point, that it's probably because you're not too interested in me or anything I have to say. So chances are, at least in my opinion, if I'm asking you to like and subscribe to a channel, and that's your opinion, that probably you're not going to do that anyway. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. I'm not a professional videographer. I'm never, well, I shouldn't say never, but I mean, I don't know how to make an introduction. I don't, you know, like with the fancy graphics and stuff at the beginning, and it's highly unlikely that we're ever going to have that. Our videos are just going to be about us and doing whatever we're doing. Right now we're working on solar, and it'll be just kind of to the point. You won't have a bunch of splashy looking stuff. And if you want to watch that, cool. If not, that's cool too. But anyways, that's my 2 cents on that whole thing. Time to get to work. Okay, so this is basically where things got left off from the last day that I was into this. So I've just got to kind of carry on with the install basically almost identically to the way that it was installed before. The one exception is that I've got some additional fuses now. So I'm going to have one in line from here to here. This is a 400 amp fuse that's taking care of like the main, you know, cable that is connecting the inverter to the batteries. But then this smaller one that's going down to the bus bar that everything else is going to plug into, obviously needs a lower one than that, because charging and from the controller and discharging, you know, that may be going on from the balancer, and discharging to the new 24 to 12 volt converter. We need that fuse breaking long before the 400 amp one would. So I'm going to incorporate that. There was, once we get the, you know, the new converter installed here, which is here now, I had some 20 amp ones that were supposed to be for that. They didn't show up. So they're on, they're just delayed by Amazon. So I do have some 50 amp ones that I can, they're the same size physically. So I'm going to put those in to start with, and then I'll swap them out when the other ones come. I also, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last one, but I ran some screws along this lip here just to sort of help keep this secure to the inside of the frame. And then I also got some unistrut that I'll run across the bottom between the frame rails underneath here, just to help. I mean, I don't know if it's necessary or not, but just with the extra weight and everything. And we do have a generator too that we're putting in here as well, which only weighs 40 pounds. It's just a smaller one, but I don't know, I just want to make absolutely certain that given the fact that I've already had a rough time with this, I don't want to have any other rough times with regards to this platform not being strong enough next. So that's what we're up to. I'm just going to keep plugging away. The new shunt is here, so I can go ahead and get that started, start putting in some fuses and stuff, and we'll just carry on getting it back working again. Okay, so we've got our main hookup back online here. The new not melted smart shunt is where it belongs. None of this stuff is tight yet, but it's just kind of where it's gonna go. And then improvement over the last one was I now have a fuse in line with the main positive coming off of the 400 amp fuse into the bus bar. And I would like to make a generalized comment about so, because this, in order to clamp the wires into either end of this involves an Allen key, which up until this point I had sort of been a bit frustrated with the fact that this install requires about 700 different screwdrivers, socket sizes, deep sockets, shallow sockets, I mean, I feel like probably we could maybe standardize some of this. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Anyways, I think it's on to the solar controller next, and the new 60 amp breakers that were somewhere around here, and then the 24 to 12. Tighten everything up, and then it'll be time to start bracing the underneath of the floor here, so that we can start bringing the batteries back. Okay, good. Still got to tighten everything up here, but I mean, this is the majority of everything back together again, with the addition to a couple of fuses here going both into this 24 to 12 converter as well as out. So these are bigger than I wanted, but the 20 amp ones aren't here, so that'll have to do for now. Everything still needs to be torqued down, of course, and then we've got our extra fuse that I added from like the main power coming from the batteries and into the charging and balancing and so on and so forth. So basically from here I just need to tie in the new converter into the location over here where the smaller 12 volt batteries are going to be. The 12 volt replacement batteries are here now, so I'm just going to start sizing that up and trying to make a home for those. And then we will move on to supporting the underneath here. Okay, well that's one anyways, and that's unfortunately going to have to be the only one that I can install today due to the fact that I don't have enough drill bits to get the other two holes drilled out. The bits that I had in the right size, I only had two, and they're both no longer drilling holes. So anyways, the one across the front is probably the most important one for now, and then I'll get back inside, continue hooking things up, and then once I get to the hardware store, I'll zip that other one in there. Okay, we're getting there. It's starting to look a little bit familiar again. I've just got the 6 eco-worthy 150 amp hour 12 volts dropped in here. I need to get them all connected to each other again, but before I do that, I'm just gonna get the cable ties and start cleaning up some of this wiring a bit. And then once I do that, I will get the little batteries in over here, and then we'll start actually running some juice through all of this stuff. All right, I think that's looking better. Everything's tied back and organized. I've got the little batteries in the corner. Because there's a few of them, I just put this on the floor just to keep them from sliding over. This strap here is tight, but I was just concerned that if I didn't have that there with this tight, that it was gonna want this back battery to kind of drift out this way. So anyways, it isn't, and everything is nice and solid in here. So basically what I'm going to start doing now is reconnecting the batteries again, the big ones that is, get the inverter back online and make sure it's working. And then once it is, then we'll carry on with the connection from here to here. And then turn that all on and see what we got. Hopefully nothing else catches on fire. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. I think this is all hooked up now. The little solar panel on the roof is slowly charging these up. Well, at least for as long as we have sunlight for. The bigger problem is that once I got everything here hooked back up again, what I came to realize is that the solar controller, of course the expensive one, appears to be fried. So I don't know why that is exactly, because it doesn't appear as though it sustained any damage whatsoever. So not sure what happened, but at any rate, it is not recognizing the solar panels whatsoever, and it says that it's unable to allow current through due to some kind of a failure in the charge controller itself. So like I said, I don't know what's going on. Everything seems to look okay to me, but I don't know. Anyways, I've reached out to Victron to see if that's something that they want to help me out with, but if not, I'm gonna have to order another one of these and wait for however long that takes before we can call this finished. So it was my hope that after today, finally this multi-part series of what was supposed to be a 3-part series or even a 2-part series of installing our solar I was hoping that final part was going to be right now, but as it turns out, it's not, and the problems are not quite over with yet. So The new charge controller, I would suspect, literally should be the only thing left to repair on this now. The inverter did fire up while I had it all connected, and it seems to be working fine. I didn't try to use anything inside the trailer or anything like that, but it was reading voltage. It said that it was ready to do its job, so there was no weird lights on or anything like that. So that's that. I'm feeling a little bit frustrated about today, just because I thought that I was going to have those big panels back online again and putting some juice into these batteries, the big batteries here. But anyways, it wasn't meant to be, and I guess I've kind of lost track. I think, what did I say this was? Part 5? Yeah, part 5. It does appear as though there's going to be part 6 to button up the last little bit and test it all out and make sure that everything is working as it should. So, thanks for hanging in there with us. It's I'm kind of getting to the point now where I don't even want to hang in there with me, but it is what it is. I could have cut this video off after the third part, because I had made it far enough along after part 3 that everything appeared to be working just fine by the end of that video. However, one of the things that I like about YouTube anyways is that sometimes there's just regular old schmucks like me on there that, learn by doing stuff wrong and making mistakes. And I made a pretty big one with that DC to DC step down converter, and rather than just kind of kicking that under the rug and pretending it never happened and fixing it all behind the scenes in silence, I decided to throw it in there and I don't know, see if anybody can learn anything from it. I know that I've learned a bunch, and here we are. So stay tuned. We're not quite done yet.